Shedeur Sanders will be starting for the Browns by week 9. I am buying this. Absolutely. At a certain point, Joe Flacco just not the answer. We know they already made the change. Dylan Gabriel is starting this week. We know that. But maybe the team needs a quarterback, and they're willing to trade for Joe Flacco for some level of stability, and then we simply get nothing out of Dylan Gabriel. He is a rookie quarterback when it's all said and done. Maybe there's just no production from him. So why not just move on to a different rookie quarterback that you have just to see what you have? And then, as George, as you mentioned over the top, you have to evaluate going into next year's draft. So I will absolutely buy this.
The next 4 weeks, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. I mean, the question is this. If they truly believe that Gabriel could be a future starter, you got to give him more than 4 weeks, right? That's 4 weeks is not enough. Minnesota, that's a rough game, all right, being played with England this week. Pittsburgh, they haven't have a defense. Miami is not very good. New England's supposed to have a good defense, hasn't here. I want to sort of go. I mean, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to start at some point this week. I don't think it's going to be by week 10, although that does make sense here to name him the starter during the bye week, get him 2 weeks here. I'm going to go more, maybe double digits, week 12, week 14, somewhere around there. Because I want to give Gabriel a longer run. I think Gabriel might do some damage here against these lesser defenses here. So I think give him a longer runway here. That being said, I do not think Gabriel is the long-term future of this team. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback at all here. I think he's a number 2 at best here. Sanders could be a number 1. I have doubts about him too. I think Sanders has a better shot. So by week 9, by week 10, I'll sell that. But if you're going to give me a couple more weeks, I would have bought it.
Fantasy Sports Today, Fridays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2.5 or so. Actually, hour number 3. Here we go. We're in the third quarter. Giants with the football at the Eagles 17-yard line. Keeping an eye on the NFL. We got college football. We got hockey as well. And baseball. By the way, we had such dramatics with the Philadelphia Phillies and LA Dodger game that the Cubs, this was the issue about having Cubs and Brewers second. It's just like, oh, yeah, you know what? we got a Cubs game.
Very anticlimactic, isn't it? It's like really, basically watching a MAC game, Scott, after a day of Big Ten and SEC football big games.
Alabama versus Georgia. Now we're watching Akron versus Kent State.
Yeah, it's like, all right. And you know what? The networks, too. They were mad. They're like,
you imagine the ratings this weekend.
Like I said, the Philly Dodger game was great. So they cashed in on that one. But, yeah, like I said, how many people right now, we've got a chat going on in our X. No one's talking about that game. People are more concerned about the college games and the NFL game than the Cubs Brewers. Like, really. Like, the Cubs Brewers becomes, like, same impact as the WNBA game has. Some bettors have it and nobody else cares.
There's something like, Brewers bring a little something just because they're unique and everything, but there's something blah about the Chicago Cubs team.
I was going to say the Brewers, though, are kind of boring.
You know what I mean? Like, at least they're like,
they don't have any stars. You can't complain about the Blue Jays and then say the Brewers are like, you know what I mean? Blue Jays have a bunch of really good players, at least. They've got all-stars.
Cubs, you mean? Yeah. But
I'm talking the Blue Jays do.
Oh, Blue Jays, I'm sorry, yeah.
No, but the Cubs, the Cubs, you're right. The Cubs have the mystique of Wrigley, though. That's the whole thing. They got the mystique of Wrigley. The networks love that. It's a major city. Hell, they put the Bears on TV and the Bulls on TV all the time, even if they suck, right? So Chicago gets the airtime, but I think the Cubs get ratings, Scott. The Brewers, though, they're the bland ones. Hell, look, you and I talked about it. They had a 13-game win streak this year. They were minus, no one bet on them. No one even cared. No one noticed.
Yeah. That's the team they really don't want. But they might end up getting them, which is too bad because they're not a fluke. You have the best record in baseball for 162 games, and then you get
suddenly
to the World
Cubs
Series
are alive here. And you tell me you really believe that the Cubs – I think the Brewers have a better chance against the Dodgers than the Cubs do. I don't want to take any team for granted, but put it this way, I feared the Phillies more than I fear either of these two teams.
Right. Brewers pitching on paper is better than the Cubs. Like I don't see how the Dodgers don't light up the Cubs pitching if it ends up being that series.
I could just see the worst team, the teams choking, Scott. Like the Mariners, I think I was all on the Mariners. I pitchfork up and all that, but I think they're going to lose. I think Scooble's going to beat them. I think Seattle's going to choke, and the Tigers somehow, despite their flaws, are going to be in the American League Championship Series, and it's going to set it up perfectly for the Toronto Blue Jays to beat the Tigers to go to the World Series. And I took the Brewers tonight, and I kind of really didn't think about it. You know what I mean? I didn't put a lot of thought in the game. You know what I mean? There was college football, NFL football. I was more into the Dodger game. NHL hockey's back. I don't care about the Brewers and Cubs, to be honest with you, either way, right? It's just a series to bet on, games to bet on. I don't find it enticing. Oh, I can't wait till the Cubs and Brewer game is on TV tonight, right? Like, and we saw, like, so I kind of just, and I took the Cubs yesterday, Scott. I was like, yeah, they won't get swept. That's why I took Milwaukee tonight. Number one, Peralta on the hill, and I sort of told myself yesterday, I think Milwaukee will lose today but win tomorrow. So I kind of stuck with my guns here, but I didn't put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah. I got Milwaukee in the series, so I didn't bet them yesterday.
The Giants are about to score a touchdown, though. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on it. Jackson
Scatterbo again.
Himself killed here. He's got to stop running. Or at least he's got to stop putting his shoulder into the defender. You could run, but just don't try and barrel somebody over there, Jackson. But, yeah, so it comes 3-0. We'll keep an eye on that. But Game 5 might be interesting. That would be the only thing. 7.5 is your total. Gave you the numbers before.
What are you taking tomorrow with Detroit and Seattle?
You know, it's hard to believe, Gabe, that Tariq Skubal would pitch 4 times in the playoffs
and lose every one of them.
Yeah. He personally wouldn't, but the team would lose.
He's due.
Right? I mean,
they're due.
Yeah, right. I mean, but you're getting Seattle at home, plus money. They beat Skubal in Game 2. Scatterbo touchdown. Wow,
man, it's a goal machine.
From the 1-yard line. 27 if they get the extra point.
Fantasy 17. Players love this guy. Man, he's just helping people racking up the points.
He's not helping my
He's a good player.
Tracy over 23.5
I remember. I think it was you, actually, Scott. I think it was you earlier in the year. I said when we were talking before the year, I think it wasn't you. I said, Scatterbo's good. You're like, he's all right. The kid from Arizona State. I told you, he's good, this guy.
No, I liked him. I was surprised they got him in the 4th round. I didn't think he would last that long.
I don't know why. So maybe it wasn't you. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why people, white running back. They figured, system running back or something like that. But to me, look what he did against Texas in the playoffs last year. Like, if you want to hype Texas up as this great, they have NFL talent. Well, they couldn't stop him, right?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think he's a really good football player. He's not a superstar or anything like that, but he's a good, good grinder. Is good. What's up with catches? Because he's got good hands, actually.
1 catch for 4 yards. He's like Tyler Algier for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, good comparison.
He's going to get about 1,000 yards, but is he ever going to run one for 25? Probably not. But he'll barrel you over. Little Norm Bulash. I'll date myself way back when. Don Nottingham. Scatterbo 1 reception for 4 yards. And then rushing, he's got 12 for 51. My guy Tracy.
We got a 10-point game now. Yards. Like, wow, it's 27-17. Like, this is getting real for the Eagles right now.
Giants are minus 220 favorites. You get the Eagles now plus 168.
That's crazy because remember before the Eagles are minus 450. Like, this is one of these games. Like, there's people out there, the arbitrage better, so to speak. People are just scalping it on both sides, Scott. Like, how many times has this thing flipped where you could just get plus money on both teams? Like, all right, I'll just take the other team now at plus money. I'll take the other team at plus money now. And you just keep adding it up all night. The Eagles aren't done right now, but they better move the ball now.
If they score here, right, they'll go back. If they score a touchdown, they'll go pick them? Maybe the Eagles will be favored again. So I would grab the Eagles at plus 168.
What's Jalen's passing prop now? I'm going to jump in now because he hasn't touched the ball here. They just chewed up a lot of the clock there. See, it's down to 277.5. I see. Oh, they just moved to 279.5.
286.5 on FanDuel. FanDuel's always higher. That's a lot of yards, 120 yards.
And they're not really a passing team, Scott, but they are down by 10, and they can hit a big play. That's the thing with him, right? One big chunk play to Smith or to Brown, you pick up 50 or 60 yards, you know?
Yeah. Tell you, this Eagle defense is just getting lit up tonight. Man,
they can't
tackle. On pace for, they got 200 and almost 250 yards total offense midway through the third quarter. They're on pace for 400 yards tonight. Awful. Against the Giants. Starts 137 yards passing, 6 carries for 49 yards.
Without Darius Slayton and Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. You have no great running back. You have no great wide receivers, and the Giants had 27 points, legitimately. No defensive touchdowns, no turnovers, creating short fields. These are like legitimately 4 touchdown drives from the Giants. Wow. In-game live, game day continues here on the grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
At this event, people from Amazon and Alexa made it very clear that in addition to Sports Highlight coming up, you will be able to perhaps buy sports tickets to events, buy movie tickets, arrange fantasy football teams, and I think somewhere down the road, maybe not too far down the road, given the NBA on Prime deal, they will allow sports betting on the television set through Alexa Plus.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
What worries me, for the future, for the rest of this season for the 49ers is Christian McCaffrey, because all these other guys are out. This guy is getting more workload than anybody else in the NFL. The catches, the carries, the blocking, the chip blocks, the protection. He is just being worked over, and I don't think that is, real good for the 49ers.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Getting a lot of optimism here, which I don't know about. This isn't a 21-year-old football player, a devastating knee injury that basically blew, the kneecap and also multiple ligaments. And I was like, surgery, awesome, be back for next year. He might be back for next year, but the Tyreek Hill we're used to, Joe, electric on the field where nobody can catch him. People are going to be catching him now, Joe.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
60,000 drunk New Yorkers who were there from 5 in the morning to 7 p.m., who dropped a house mortgage on a ticket to watch the United States team miss every putt that they can possibly miss, and you think someone's not going to get pissed off and curse people out? Wah! The golf fan wasn't civil. Wah!
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. My numbers are locked, Scott and Gabe, until the end of the football game, the Eagles game anyway. 27-17 I got. Eagles with the ball at their own 44-yard line, 2nd and 10, but FanDuel, for whatever reason, has it locked, so I'm not sure. There we go.
There was
61.5. Somebody got hurt.
There was one of those stupid delays over whether he was inbounds or not, and it took forever to settle.
To decide.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Down 10. So this is a pretty big drive for them right now.
I'm going Hurts. I'll take his passing yards. If for no other reason than I benched him in my fantasy league. Overthinking things. You overthink these fantasy goofy leagues, right? So I got Hurts. I got Matthew Stafford. I figured Stafford against that god-awful Ravens defense. You only get 4 points in my dopey league for touchdown passes, so I benched him. So no doubt he's going to go for 300+. So give me Hurts over.
I took him too.
Yeah.
I just took him during the break. I tried to get it at 287.5, and I got it in at 290.5. So we pretty much have the same number. And just quickly, so give me they haven't started yet. The Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames. Give me over 1.5 goals in the first period. I really like the over 1.5. I think the Canucks are going to be up like 2-0 after the first period, but I really like the over 1.5 in at the Shark Tank tonight with the San Jose Sharks and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. We saw last night Vegas, man, 6-5, crazy game. Albeit the game has started, so we're 2 minutes in, still scoreless, and we just dropped the puck in Vancouver. Right now. And the Kraken and the Ducks just started. So, man, we got a lot of late-night action.
Yeah. Well, I'm used to going off the air at 10 o'clock. That's right. I forgot about that. So I'm going to play the system. I tell you, I do this from year to year. Play on teams that played the night before. I know it makes no sense whatsoever, but I'm telling you, following this stuff, you play it for about a month, maybe a month and a half. And then it'll flip. You'll see it flip. But I'm telling you, whether it's basketball, it's generally what I do at basketball, but hockey as well. It just gives the team, I don't know, they're in the flow of the game a little bit more. I don't know what explanation there could be, but Bruins win today after playing yesterday. It happened. Who won yesterday that played the day before? I forget who it was. But it's
Montreal lost last night, won tonight.
Okay, there you go. They played Montreal, another one. So Calgary would be the play, and Vegas would be the play. You want to put them in a parlay? I wouldn't play them straight, at least not Vegas anyway, minus the 220 game. But I'll put them in a to win a regulation. Vegas, that'll do, and that'll drop them 60, 70 points.
There's sort of situational spots though, right? Where like the Montreal Canadiens, wow, the Canucks nearly just scored like seconds in. Like the Montreal Canadiens played in Toronto last night. They played in Detroit tonight. That's not a serious trip for them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's super close. Boston Bruins were in Washington. Now they go back to Boston. Nothing too challenging. Calgary had to go from Calgary to Vancouver, which not a super long flight, but not as quick as people think. And like I said, Calgary got in like to Vancouver very, very like late last night, which early in the season, I don't think it really impacts them all that much. And they're buzzing, too, after winning last night.
Yeah. So it's a goofy thing. Doesn't make any sense. But I'm telling you, it comes out a lot. So, all right, so we got a little hockey action. Yeah. Football, college football-wise, my little hunch teaser. I tell you, the teasers are tough in college football because you get so many blowouts. NFL,
I don't play them
really well with them.
You shouldn't play them. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I always tell people, and I don't mind teasers. I'm known for playing a lot of teasers in the NFL, even though I backed off a bit this year. But college football and college basketball teasers. The only time college basketball teasers are good, Scott, is in the NCAA tournament. The numbers are freaking so sharp. You know, you can actually sort of, you can bang some teasers up, but there's too many variables in college. Right? The only way I'll do a college football teaser if I'm doing one of those like 10-point teasers or something and they're like a 10-point favorite. I want to get them to a pick 'em. So I can live with that. But, you know, when I hear people, I'm going to tease up this college dog from 7 to 14. I'm like, dude, they could easily lose by 30. Like it's not, the numbers are so erratic in college. Like the odds makers are guessing even.
Yeah. Hence, that's what Georgia Southern's doing. Down 28 to 7. So that's what Sam Houston State scored again. What were they down? 14-0? 14-3?
Wow.
14-0.
They're actually leading now.
Yeah. Team that's 0-5. Ugh.
Midway through the third, so they're up to 38 points there, as you stated. You know, I'm surprised about. I'm on Southern Miss, and I hit them pretty good on the 3 and the money line. But I thought that there'd be more points in this game. I thought that Georgia Southern would be able to get into the 20s here. Like I expected a track meet in this game.
Yeah, so far nothing. 20.5 if you want to go back in on Georgia Southern. I will. Why not? I'll always put a little piece aside.
Man, I got 23.5 here. That's a big difference. 23.5 here, I see. Yeah, Bet365 is at 23.5. Southern Miss total 58.5.
Yeah, 58.5, but 20.5 plus odds.
How about this Tulane game though? This is a good one. Hey, the Tulane game. This is sort of the college game of the night, where a lot of people are watching. We got our eye on so many things. 19-16 right now for the Green Wave with 10 minutes left in the football game.
Yeah. Retzlaff hasn't been as good as I thought he would be. I put a little nugget on them to make the playoffs.
He's not great, Scott. He's not great. You see, look how BYU do without him with Bachmeier. They got a kid playing, and they're better. They're not missing a beat.
Yeah. So I tell you what, I keep on bringing this up, but that American Conference is just like, for a goofy conference, that's a really good conference. I mean, whether it's Navy or Tulane or Memphis, North Texas is undefeated 5-0. Big game tomorrow, which was South Florida in that conference. It's like a really good game tomorrow.
Who would have ever thought, Scott? I brought this up on the podcast. Who would have ever thought that we'd say that North Texas, South Florida, mid-October game has national championship playoff implications? It does.
Because
North Texas are 5-0. South Florida, Scott, finished with one loss. Their only loss to the Canes. That's going to be hard to keep them out. This is a big game tomorrow night.
This conference
I like South Florida. What about you? I like the over, but I like South Florida. I think the quarterback. Yeah. North Texas, though, we're good. We could, North Texas's defense isn't very good, though. That's the difference to me.
The winner of this conference, though, is going to get into the college football playoff, not the Mountain West like last year. So, in-game live, back to the Giants-Eagles when we come back.
Shedeur Sanders will be starting for the Browns by week 9. I am buying this. Absolutely. At a certain point, Joe Flacco just not the answer. We know they already made the change. Dylan Gabriel is starting this week. We know that. But maybe a team needs a quarterback, and they're willing to trade for Joe Flacco for some level of stability, and then we simply get nothing out of Dylan Gabriel. He is a rookie quarterback when it's all said and done. Maybe there's just no production from him. So why not just move on to a different rookie quarterback that you have just to see what you have? And then, as you mentioned over the top, you have to evaluate going into next year's draft. So I will absolutely buy this.
The next 4 weeks, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. I mean, the question is this. If they truly believe that Gabriel could be a future starter, you got to give him more than 4 weeks, right? That's 4 weeks is not enough. Minnesota, that's a rough game, all right, being played, England this week. Pittsburgh, they haven't have a defense. Miami is not very good. New England's supposed to have a good defense, has it here. I'm going to sort of go. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to start at some point this week. I don't think it's going to be by week 10, although that does make sense here to name him the starter during the bye week, get him 2 weeks here. I'm going to go more, maybe double digits, week 12, week 14, somewhere around there. Because I want to give Gabriel a longer run. I think Gabriel might do some damage here against these lesser defenses here. So I think give him a longer runway here. That being said, I do not think Gabriel is the long-term future of this team. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback at all here. I think he's a number 2 at best here. Sanders could be a number 1. I have doubts about him too. I think Sanders has a better shot. So by week 9, by week 10, I'll sell that. But if you're going to give me a couple more weeks, I would have bought it.
Fantasy Sports Today, Fridays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 3 here. So Giants get a first down. Wow, how about that? They're back into Philadelphia territory. They punted the ball 1 time tonight. We're closing out the third quarter here in a couple of moments.
How many times have the Eagles punted? A lot. The Eagles get the ball back, and every time I look up, they're punting the ball back again. I'm going to look at this out. How many times the team stats here, the Eagles punted? Punts.
Eagles have punted 3 times, Giants 2 actually. So
it feels like the Eagles have punted more than this.
More, yeah.
You know what the theme is here? Jackson Dart looks good. Who's this down right now? Speaking of which, this isn't Jackson Dart down, is it?
Uh-oh.
It is.
I don't know.
You can't make this up. As soon as I say so, Jackson Dart's looking really good.
Yeah.
Scott, I said, and then I see a giant down. He looks dead, like he's lying on his back, and I can't see that. I'm like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, oh, that's Jackson Dart. He just got like multiple hits on one play. Look, he got hit in the head first when he got tackled. Then he goes down, and the Eagles gave him the business, and he sort of got hit in the head again as he went down.
Not Winston?
Is it Wilson?
Winston on the
they show Winston. Yeah, poor Jameis. Hey, put him in, Scott. Hey, he's got the ball in his hand. Like, come on.
Yeah,
you already gave Russ a chance. Give Jameis a chance.
Yes. I still don't understand why
Jameis goes in the stadium will go crazy. And you know he'll throw a touchdown pass right away, too. Like, just put him in.
Or he'll throw a pick six. You know, he's capable of doing both. You know?
But I've always said this about Jameis. I've always said this. Yeah, he throws 2 interceptions a game, but he'll throw 3 touchdowns. It's better than a lot of these clowns in the NFL now, Scott, that throw 2 interceptions a game and no touchdowns.
And no touchdowns. Yeah. He's certainly, I will say this about, I wasn't a big fan of his, some of the antics back in college. He was really a putz. He really was. But he has turned his image around. He's been a good guy everywhere he's gone. He's stayed clean, stopped some of the nonsense that he was doing at Florida State. And really, they love him here. He hasn't played a down, and he's like the most popular player. You see him on the most popular giant, cheering everybody on. Yeah. It's the craziest thing.
He's making $5 million a year to not play. And for the record, we talked about it at the half about Jalen Hyatt. All he needed was 1 catch, right? He was at 11,
right?
And it was 11 and a half. I'm more of a reception than yard guy before the game, but at halftime, I'm becoming a fan of this yardage stuff at the half.
Yeah, I like the yards more, generally speaking, than the receptions. Listen, you got late third quarter, Giants with the ball. You need more than 1 catch with some of these Philadelphia receivers, but at best they're going to be down 2 scores. Right? You got AJ. Now these guys have been stuck on 73 for AJ and Devontae Smith at 24.
He's up to 178 now. So they come back from the break. Jackson Dart's up and running off the field right now. So that was a big waste of time. He's going to have to come out for a play though, at least a play. It's second down. Let's see. He is going to the tent, so he's going to be out for a couple of plays. So he's going into the tent. Yeah, he's into the tent. Yeah, I guess you're right. He took a couple of headshots there.
He can't run. He can't be running like this. He's got to learn to slide or get down or do whatever. He's got to get killed. It's only a matter of time. But if you want to bet these Philly guys, now's the time to do it when the Giants have the ball. When they're about to either score or punt, because sometimes they lock.
They
up
just ran.
To actually get the ball.
So a 2nd and 11, you bring Russell Wilson in. You want to be kind of careful with Russell here, too. He's not adverse to throwing an interception. So you kind of got to let him throw here, right? It's 3rd and 9 right now. You're going to have to let him throw. They're in nowhere's land, though. They're too far for a field goal. Like, they're on the 42-yard line right now. They won't try it.
If you can get Wilson's 5 yards, 4 yards,
maybe.
The 38, 55-yarder. That's really helpful.
Wilson's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. I'm sure Dable's happy about this.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled about that.
And he throws it in the dirt. You can't make this up. He changed it because he didn't snap it until the final. Oh, yeah. Wilson's already, Scott, you can't make this up. Look at the crowd, guys. Wilson's getting booed. The guy was on the field for 2 plays. He's getting booed now. Look, Dable's pissed. I'm right. Look, I called it. Dable's pissed.
Shedeur Sanders will be starting for the Browns by week 9. I am buying this. Absolutely. At a certain point, Joe Flacco just not the answer. We know they already made the change. Dylan Gabriel starting this week. We know that. But maybe a team needs a quarterback, and they're willing to trade for Joe Flacco for some level of stability, and then we simply get nothing out of Dylan Gabriel. He is a rookie quarterback when it's all said and done. Maybe there's just no production from him. So why not just move on to a different rookie quarterback that you have just to see what you have? And then, as George, as you mentioned over the top, you have to evaluate going into next year's draft. So I will absolutely buy this.
The next 4 weeks, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. I mean, the question is this. If they truly believe that Gabriel could be a future starter, you got to give him more than 4 weeks, right? That's 4 weeks is not enough. Minnesota, it's a rough game, all right, being played, England this week. Pittsburgh, they haven't have a defense. Miami is not very good. New England's supposed to have a good defense, hasn't here. I want to sort of go. I mean, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to start at some point this week. I don't think it's going to be by week 10, although that does make sense here to name him the starter during the bye week, get him 2 weeks here. I'm going to go more, maybe double digits, week 12, week 14, somewhere around there. Because I want to give Gabriel a longer run. I think Gabriel might do some damage here against these lesser defenses here. So I like to give him a longer runway here. That being said, I do not think Gabriel is the long-term future of this team. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback at all here. I think he's a number 2 at best here. Sanders could be a number 1. I have doubts about him too. I think Sanders has a better shot. So by week 9, by week 10, I'll sell that. But if you're going to give me a couple more weeks, I would have bought it.
Fantasy Sports Today, Fridays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. So they're just closed out the third quarter at the Meadowlands in New Jersey, where the Giants lead the Philadelphia Eagles. How about that, 27-17?
I never expected you to say that.
Bonkers. I know. Listen, not at this point. I didn't think maybe see early on, but so Daboll's going crazy on the sidelines. I think he's mad, Gabe, not Russell Wilson. I think he's mad that Dart had to go into the tent. I think
he's mad about the play call. I think he's mad. He was mad about the play originally, but him yelling. He wasn't yelling at another coach or anything. He was yelling at a guy in a suit with
administrator.
Then I clued in. So, I'm like, no, he's yelling at like the team doctor or like someone of the, you know what I mean? One of the officials on the sideline.
Maybe the headphones went out on Russell, or that's a team doctor and he's mad that Dart had to go into the tent because he missed 2 plays. Remember, if he's just hurt, he can run right back out there. So
that's the challenge. You know what? Once again, I got to put the CC closed captioning on so we can see. We got the sound down, so it's tough to tell what he's freaking out about. And another thing is Daboll freaks out all the time, Scott. He's always losing it on the sideline. So it's hard to tell who he's mad at.
Yeah. So either way, Giants have to punt. They were driving. Dart gets hurt, or at least he, has to come off the field. Looks like he's going to go back on there. But the 2 plays, they ended up punting the ball. So, because I don't know who Russell was throwing the ball to. I mean, that was guys.
You saw that, dude. Like, great play, Russ. I know, like that. That wasn't what they dialed up. You can't tell me that's what they dialed up. And you were right. Hell, hand the ball off. Try to pick up 5 yards. We'll kick a 54-yarder then. We're up to by 10. Let's kick it to, you know what I mean? It was such a wasted play that Wilson, and you could tell he changed the effing play, and it turned into just a complete disaster. You got a bunch of backup wide receivers, bro. Like, what are you doing?
One wide receiver. He's on the left side, then he goes to the right side, then he goes to the left side, then he goes back to the right side again.
They were all looking at him like, kind of like, what the F you want me? Where do you want us to go? What do you want? Like, and it was happening fast. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
It would have been much simpler if he just would have ran the damn play that they called.
Yeah. And the play clearly went past the play clock.
It should have been a delay of game penalty.
Yeah. So
now you got a 3rd and 12 coming out of the break here now. And the Eagles, Scott, for a team that's down by 10, they keep running the ball up the middle.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't really understand the philosophy of this.
Yeah. How many carries does Barkley have tonight? 12 carries. Yeah. Not that many. 58 yards. Longest is 18. He had that in the first quarter. First drive, in fact, he had that. So you throw out that.
Giants defense steps up.
Yeah.
So, for the love of God, I don't know why they just didn't do this on first down before. They dumped it off to Barkley, and he just picked up like 9 yards, but he needed 12, so they're short. I don't know. Here's a novel concept. How about do that on first down? He would have picked up 9 yards before. Right now, you'd probably be on the 50-yard line. Like,
another half a yard.
I'm almost surprised you don't go for it on 4th and 2, actually, with your little tush push here.
You know, it took them 4 tries last time, so I wonder if that's in the back of their mind saying, you know what, you're right. You know, under normal circumstances, even inside their own, deep inside their own turf, probably say yes, down 2 scores, but you're down 2 scores. It's fourth quarter.
This has to be the last one. This has to be the last drive, Scott, for it. Like after when they get the ball back, there can't be any more punting or safe calls. Like they're going to have to open up the playbook. They're just not very good when they have to do it.
Yeah, and not the way their defense has been playing also. I mean, they've allowed, if not for that injury, the Giants probably would have scored there. So you can't count on your team getting the ball back to you.
They were at midfield. They were moving the ball. You're right.
Yeah.
And Jackson Dart's back on the field right now. This is the first time I've seen Giant fans happy in years, like in a decade since like early Eli days. Like there's actually a spark in the stadium a little bit. Like they're cheering and you know what I mean? They're smiling. Like, you know what I mean? I haven't seen that before.
Just don't turn the ball over. Don't do anything stupid. Boy, you think back. I always do this as a fan, right? I know the players don't, but man, you find a way to beat the Saints. You win tonight. Now you're 3-3, and you're right there. You're right there for the division race. Believe it or not, But
the ebbs and flows, right? It was the Saints' turn after playing hard against the Bills and just that. You know what I mean? It's
they're not that bad. They're bad game, but the Saints have been competitive.
They play hard,
in all the games. Yeah, So listen,
they don't quit. Like they're not like oh yeah, we suck, we don't try. Like they try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they try, and they do have some good players. They're just they're kind of old. They're cap stricken. The Derek Carr deal was a bad deal for them, right? Like they're totally handcuffed by buying out Derek Carr. Totally handcuffed. So here's the Giants. Is they saying he's down or is it incomplete here? What I don't like, Scott, is this game slowing down. You and I both took the in-game total here in this game, and I don't like the fact that this thing has slowed down the way that it has.
Yeah, I don't like it.
The Eagles are giving us nothing.
Zippo. This, what this reminds us of? Week number 1, Dallas, Philadelphia, where they scored 5,000 points in the first half, and then after the lightning delay, didn't score anything in the second half. Same type of thing. So
we got a big 3rd and 7 coming up. They need to stop. Like, we can get this score going. We can open this game up a little bit, but I have my fears. I got a 50. You got a 54.5. I got a 55.5.
Yeah.
So we're going to need some magic here.
I still think the Eagles plus 5.5 is a good play, too. You tell me they're not going to
get the stop on 4th down. They're getting the ball back.
You get the ball back?
So this is it. Get the ball back and show us something here on offense.
Yeah. No more punting. So...
Because, you make it 27-24. It puts pressure on the Giants' offense. Suddenly, Dart feels a little pressure in a 3-point game. As it is now, you're making his life – it's like a pitcher, right? Like pitching with a 3-run lead, 4-run lead. You're making his life easier right now.
Yeah. Heck, even 27-20. Just make it a one-score game.
Yeah, make it a score. Yeah, make it a score game. What about the NHL? I got my eye on the Vancouver game right now, and we're still scoreless. So there hasn't been any goals in Vancouver. So far, looking at the other games. Well, remember what I told you, Scott? And I told Tom, I said, man, I love Vegas, San Jose over 1.5 in the first period. 1-1 right now. 5 minutes left in the first period.
Seattle
scoreless
1-1 as well.
I said that one too. So we're going to go 5-1 with our first period overs tonight. Colorado and Utah did not, though. Right? I didn't play it, but it did not. So like I said, I didn't blindly play it, but kind of surprised. This one surprised me a little bit. 1-0 for the Avalanche right now. Kind of late in the second period. Total all the way down to 3.5. This is another thing we haven't talked about yet. When these totals get so low, when you consider the empty netters, I'm almost tempted to jump in on the 3.5 now. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much, right? Utah score 1-1. Colorado scores to like a couple of goals here and there. Boom, it opens up. I like it to dip a little bit lower, but something to keep our eye on right now. The Stars beating the Jets 5-3 right now.
Been a good night for Trends. The under Ranger
Trends
Buffalo
are up 2-1.
was an easy winner.
2 minutes left.
Yeah.
1.5 minutes left.
Yeah. Under Rangers Buffalo hit. Now 10-1 under. Carolina beat the Devils. They've now beaten them 11 straight at home. Nashville, we're hoping another minute goes by. The under Dallas Winnipeg didn't hit. That went over. That was 13-1. And then Colorado in regulation, they're 7-3. That's not over the top like the other ones, but so far halfway decent night in the NHL for trends. And that dopey Buffalo one is going to be the one that's going to kill me. That's the only one that's. Actually, you know what? St. Louis hasn't scored. They lose 5-0. All right.
Utah are being shut out. No, there's shutouts early in the year. There are shutouts earlier in the year. Like I said, some teams just aren't. They're not together yet. They haven't clicked yet, etc. Some goalies are hot. But tonight, I figured there would be goals in the NHL. That's why tonight I didn't play. I'm a big over first period guy. 1.5. Love that play. I didn't do it for the first couple of games. I wanted to sort of feel it out, but look, I knew with the matchups tonight, like Vegas and San Jose, this was just a slam dunk one. I wish I bet more on it. 1-1 there, but let's get this Nashville game home. We're into the final seconds of the hockey game right now.
Yeah. Weird. No hockey on a Friday night. I know that's not a big night for them, but I'm a little surprised.
Now, the NHL are idiots, bro. They're as dumb as the WNBA.
Shedeur Sanders will be starting for the Browns by week 9. I am buying this. Absolutely. At a certain point, Joe Flacco just not the answer. We know they already made the change. Dylan Gabriel starting this week. We know that. But maybe a team needs a quarterback, and they're willing to trade for Joe Flacco for some level of stability, and then we simply get nothing out of Dylan Gabriel. He is a rookie quarterback when it's all said and done. Maybe there's just no production from him. So why not just move on to a different rookie quarterback that you have just to see what you have? And then, as George, as you mentioned over the top, you have to evaluate going into next year's draft. So I will absolutely buy this.
The next 4 weeks, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. I mean, the question is this. If they truly believe that Gabriel could be a future starter, you got to give him more than 4 weeks, right? That's 4 weeks is not enough. Minnesota, that's a rough game, all right, being played with England this week. Pittsburgh, they haven't have a defense. Miami is not very good. New England's supposed to have a good defense, hasn't here. I'm going to sort of go. I mean, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to start at some point this week. I don't think it's going to be by week 10, although that does make sense here to name him the starter during the bye week, get him 2 weeks here. I'm going to go more, maybe double digits, week 12, week 14, somewhere around there. Because I'm going to give Gabriel a longer run. I think Gabriel might do some damage here against these lesser defenses here. So I think give him a longer runway here. That being said, I do not think Gabriel is the long-term future of this team. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback at all here. I think he's a number 2 at best here. Sanders could be a number 1. I have doubts about him too. I think Sanders has a better shot. So by week 9, by week 10, I'll sell that. But if you're going to give me a couple more weeks, I would have bought it.
Fantasy Sports Today, Fridays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe checking out all the action tonight, including Giants trying to hold on against the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's bring on our good buddy Brady Cannon, SportsGrid host. You see it here all the time here on the grid. What's going on, Brady? How are you tonight, bud?
I'm doing great, guys. Starting the week 6 off here in the NFL in the Meadowlands, NFC East battle. And, I was talking with Kevin Walsh on Game Time Decisions earlier today. I thought that 7.5 was a little heavy. I figured the Giants are a better team than what we saw last week. I figured the Saints were going to get that one. That wasn't a good spot for New York. But Philly, man, I think maybe that's the bigger surprise. It looks like this team has some concerns. And, They played a pretty darn good defensive game last week. You expected Vic Fangio to show up against his former team, the Denver Broncos, but the defense hasn't been there at all tonight.
I'm sure there's some survivor players that are stressing out right now, right? Somebody has Philadelphia. Yeah, it was 7.5, but the Giants were so beat up. No Malik Neighbors, obviously. Darius Slayton out, right? There really wasn't a lot of, hope for the Giants, who are such a horrible team. And Eagles moving the football right now, and, of course, disaster strikes. If you make Jalen Hurts throw the football, disaster strikes. Do we get a pick 6 out of this at least? No.
Interception Giants. Wow.
They return it all the way to the Philadelphia 25-yard line.
Wow. So you figure this is at least a field goal. That's a 13-point game if that's the case. I was with you, Scott. I was seeing 6 or 6.5 for a live number here on the Eagles. And I don't think they're going to win the game, especially that looks like, less of a chance now. I didn't think before the turnover that they were going to win the game. But
you didn't think if they scored here, if they made it 27-24, that the Giants?
I think they've dominated the game. But I agreed with Scott taking, 5.5, 6.5 points. I didn't think the Giants are going to win by a touchdown. And they still might not. I still don't. I mean, you probably can get a better number now. Can you probably get 7.5?
9.5 on FanDuel.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think that's, I mean, you hope for a field goal, and then I think you can get home.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a touchdown here just for the in-game total. The in-game total is 54.5 right now, so it's sort of right there. Both me and Scott are on it. We need 2 touchdowns either way, right? 10 points doesn't help us. We need 2 touchdowns.
Prior to kickoff was light, too. That's another thing I was talking about.
In hindsight.
That seemed like a short number.
How did this
They
dude
were at
score?
41 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
We got to get a field goal doesn't really help us, Gabe. We need a touchdown.
No, I just said that. Yeah. 10 points is no good. We need 2 touchdowns. Okay. We need a Giant touchdown. We're going to need an Eagle. We just freaking had it, too. The Eagles. Are you serious, Jalen? Really?
Does it feel a little bit like, you guys know the Dream Crusher scenario, when an undefeated team suffers its first loss like Philadelphia did and, kind of takes the air out of the balloon. Surprising to you that it looks like they're going to drop a second one in a row?
Yeah, shocking that it's to the New York Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah.
That's what's shocking me.
Yeah.
You got it. 2-11 in prime time.
Have such an advantage on Thursday nights, it seems like, though.
Yeah, but Philadelphia to New Jersey, it took how long did it take them? 20 minutes?
Yeah.
It's not a real road trip. It's not. It's not a real road trip game for them. They've beaten them 7 of the last 8 times that they played.
You could say the same thing about San Francisco last week. They've beaten the Rams a number of times. Shanahan owns McVay. Not that long of a road trip down to Southern California, and the road team won last week as well.
Really take that stadium over, eh? Completely red last week. That was crazy.
Absolutely.
I bet the Eagles did here too. To tell you the truth, home teams on Thursday nights are only 48 and 44 straight up, 40 and 52 against the spread.
Wow.
Just
not an advantage at all.
No,
the fact that they've only 4 games above 500 straight up, that's not saying much at all. That's I mean, across the NFL, favorites win at a higher clip than that, right? Straight up.
Yeah. They make these now division games, Brady, where it's a fair shot. It used to be the worst game on the board, so you'd have the favorites, just kill the team.
But what are favorites on Thursday? Remember we talked about, Scott, when you said the international games? We've talked about the international games, the favorites generally win all the time. And it's like, well, what's the advantage? They're on a neutral field. I said, well, they're the better team, right? They deal with adversity better. They're more prepared. They can handle things better. They're the better team. I would think Thursday would sort of be the same thing, like tonight notwithstanding. But look, the Eagles didn't look great against the Cowboys in week 1. They came back on the Rams. They had the miracle win. Like you said, the bubble has burst a little bit right now, but they've had real concerns as far as yardage and passing the football, Brady, all season long. And now they can't run the ball suddenly.
They've been outgained in every game. Even before the Bronco game, they were out-yarded in every game at 4-0. Yeah. And that's not a good sign. That's
no, the other teams are out. I talked about that last week, actually. They were up there with some bad teams that have been out-yarded all the time. Like, they were smoke and mirrors. They kept finding a way. Well, the Giants, Scatterbo is just killing it tonight.
Wow.
This guy,
What's
is
that,
he
his
making
third one?
people feel better that Saquon's no longer there? He's looking
Saquon
pretty
who?
good
Yeah,
right
what?
now.
I know.
Yeah, Saquon who, right?
He's
And
got,
look, he does
nearly as
back
many
flips
yards.
in the end zone, too. He's doing his back flips
He
and
does.
stuff.
He's gonna like
They got to really
love
love that, beating Saquon and their new guy, with a couple of touchdowns. That's pretty cool.
It's a rout.
Wow.
33-17, extra point pending. We got 9:41 left. We should be able to get this touchdown home, Wetzel.
You should.
You would think.
You'd think
would-
the Giants
by the way.
let Philadelphia score. It doesn't matter too much at this point, as it
Throw
appears
another
right.
pick six or whatever. I don't care.
There you
Fumble the
go.
kickoff. Just give me another touchdown here. Yeah, like my Eagle bet is done.
Yeah, that's over. Hey, now it's
How about
13
East
and a half.
Carolina, Tulane, 19-19, just for the record, with a minute left. But Tulane have first and goal, and East Carolina 4. So that point spread's up in the air right now, whether they kick a field goal or a touchdown. And Georgia Southern punching back a little bit, actually. 35-21 right now.
All right. That'll I got to double check and see what my I think they were I think I'm getting 13 and a half with that 10-point tease. So, how about Jalen Hurts passing yards? We'll take a quick little break, Brady, when you come back. He's got 214. They're giving us 284 in FanDuel. Can he get
I'd go
71
over.
more yards passing?
He's got to
right?
chuck it. Yeah, if he doesn't throw a pick, he'll go over.
Talk with Brady Cannon here on the Grid.
Shedeur Sanders will be starting for the Browns by week 9. I am buying this. I am buying this absolutely. At a certain point, Joe Flacco just not the answer. We know they already made the change. Dylan Gabriel is starting this week. We know that. But maybe a team needs a quarterback, and they're willing to trade for Joe Flacco for some level of stability, and then we simply get nothing out of Dylan Gabriel. He is a rookie quarterback when it's all said and done. Maybe there's just no production from him. So why not just move on to a different rookie quarterback that you have just to see what you have? And then, as George, as you mentioned over the top, you have to evaluate going into next year's draft. So I will absolutely buy this.
The next 4 weeks, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. I mean, the question is this. If they truly believe that Gabriel could be a future starter, you got to give him more than 4 weeks, right? That's 4 weeks is not enough. Minnesota, that's a rough game, all right, being played with England this week. Pittsburgh, they haven't have a defense. Miami is not very good. New England's supposed to have a good defense, hasn't here. I'm going to sort of go. I mean, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to start at some point this week. I don't think it's going to be by week 10, although that does make sense here to name him the starter during the bye week, get him 2 weeks here. I'm going to go more, maybe double digits, week 12, week 14, somewhere around there. Because I want to give Gabriel a longer run. I think Gabriel might do some damage here against these lesser defenses here. So I like to give him a longer runway here. That being said, I do not think Gabriel is the long-term future of this team. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback at all here. I think he's a number 2 at best here. Sanders could be a number 1. I have doubts about him too. I think Sanders has a better shot. So by week 9, by week 10, I'll sell that. But if you were to give me a couple of more weeks, I would have bought it.
Fantasy Sports Today. Fridays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. So, Giants doubling up the Philadelphia Eagles. You heard that right, 34-17. 9.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Scatterbo scores his 3rd touchdown. Hopefully you're not playing him in the fantasy league. He's got 50-plus yards rushing as well. So, Eagles get the ball. You get 14.5. I mean, I do think they're good for an, oh, by the way, touchdown, right? I mean, that seems so enticing, that 14.5. I think I'm going to play it. I got a lot on this game anyway. It's all going to roll over again because we got the over as well. So they're not going to kick.
Or they turn it over again.
17. Or they
like
turn
things
it over
are going
even
so
on
bad
downs.
for them, right? Yeah, like the bubble is kind of burst in a way. And look, it's first down on the 5-yard line. They've done this numerous times tonight where they've started these drives like so deep in their own end. But on the plus side, that helps for our Jalen Hurts passing yard props, actually. He's got longer field to go right now.
And would they really punt? You know, a down 17?
No, you can't punt
8 minutes left, right? Even at your own 15-yard line, unless it's something crazy? I mean, I wouldn't think so. I mean,
they got to hurry. Well, they're down 17. I mean, they're not coming back. I mean, let's be real. But we'll see if they show a real sense of urgency here.
So the guy catches the ball and it goes out of bounds. What was he doing there?
When Jalen Hurts drops back to pass, it's not good. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if guys aren't open or if he's not seeing them, but it's constant where he has time yet he doesn't throw the football. Yeah. Right? So I think he's missing the open guys. He's not doing it quick enough, and then it's too late. And he's running around. Like, it's over and over, Scott. Like, look, it's not like he's under a ton of pressure, but he drops back to pass. So are they not getting open at all, or is he just not getting them the ball and not seeing it?
I've always said this about these TV broadcast games. I just wish that they would, when a team is struggling, just show the wide receiver, show what's happening. They're so afraid to show up.
Yeah, show the back perspective. Show the quarterback view, actually, for real.
Yeah.
When they do, sometimes it really vindicates the quarterback. Where people will be ripping them, and it'll be like, look, no one's open. Look at what he sees. There's no one open, right? But, you know, like you said, it's hard to tell, like, with the shots that we get.
Yeah. It's 4th down. 4th and 4 from their own 11.
Well, this helps the over, left. So we want them not to get it suddenly. The beautiful thing about betting, how you could flip teams suddenly like that. We've all had girlfriends. I remember years ago. She was like, I'm very confused. You were just cheering for this other team a minute ago. I'm like, yeah, but now that's over. So now I'm on this. You got to sort of give it up. Oh, they get it, of course, out of spite. It would have been better if they didn't get it.
Oh, absolutely. We would have had the ball at the 11-yard line.
God.
I knew they were going to go. I knew it. They get the first down, though.
All right, at least hurry the F up, Philadelphia.
So
if you're going to do this, at least do it. Yeah, hurry up and do it if you're going to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's up to 229 now after that pass.
All right. We got the whole field. You're right. And I can't imagine that maybe they run one time. So
he might take off. That's the only thing. He might eat up if he takes off. He could. I mean, I'd like to see him do it.
Yeah.
He should take off and eat up 20, 30 yards here. They're showing a little bit of pace here, but not enough. I mean, I don't even think they can come back down 17 right now with 7 minutes left.
I don't remember seeing him scramble too much today. What's he got rushing yards? 13. Seven attempts for 13 yards. This giant
dude just doesn't run anymore, Scott. Ever since he got paid big money, he doesn't run anymore. He doesn't business decision, I think. Business decision, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's Tua, all these scrambling quarterbacks, Lamar cuts back unless it's like really needed. Oh, the Eagles fumbled the ball. Giants.
So you can't make You can't make this up in that Jalen Hurts too. I was just going to be happy, Scott, and said we just picked up like 50, 60 yards in the air. It was a big play to Goddard. They've given up on the game, the Eagles. They've taken Barkley out of the game. So it's Dillon in there. And now Dillon just caught a pass and fumbled the ball.
Wow.
Is he down? That? He is not down.
So
dude, on like the 35 too. They were at a 25-yard line of the Giants. So we were really moving the ball for real.
Oh. Yeah, I'm a play.
Like for real.
They had a big
play.
Couldn't have happened.
We're getting screwed here on this last. We need one more touchdown, Scott. We're really we could have had the ball in the 11. They make a big play. They get down to the 25-yard line and they fumble. They threw a freaking interception before, inside the 5-yard line. For the love of God, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Hey, rough night in Philly, though, with the Phillies losing, too. Eh? Oh,
Phillies losing.
I wouldn't want to be a cop in Philly tonight.
Flyers losing. Yikes. They gave up.
Shedeur Sanders will be starting for the Browns by week 9. I am buying this. I am buying this absolutely. At a certain point, Joe Flacco just not the answer. We know they already made the change. Dylan Gabriel is starting this week. We know that. But maybe a team needs a quarterback, and they're willing to trade for Joe Flacco for some level of stability, and then we simply get nothing out of Dylan Gabriel. He is a rookie quarterback when it's all said and done. Maybe there's just no production from him. So why not just move on to a different rookie quarterback that you have just to see what you have? And then, as George, as you mentioned over the top, you have to evaluate going into next year's draft. So I will absolutely buy this.
The next 4 weeks, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. I mean, the question is this. If they truly believe that Gabriel could be a future starter, you got to give him more than 4 weeks, right? That's 4 weeks is not enough. Minnesota, that's a rough game, all right, being played, England this week. Pittsburgh, they haven't have a defense. Miami is not very good. New England's supposed to have a good defense, hasn't here. I'm going to sort of go. I mean, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to start at some point this week. I don't think it's going to be by week 10, although that does make sense here to name him the starter during the bye week, get him 2 weeks here. I'm going to go more, maybe double digits, week 12, week 14, somewhere around there. Because I want to give Gabriel a longer run. I think Gabriel might do some damage here against these lesser defenses here. So I think give him a longer runway here. That being said, I do not think Gabriel is the long-term future of this team. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback at all here. I think he's a number 2 at best here. Sanders could be a number 1. I have doubts about him too. I think Sanders has a better shot. So by week 9, by week 10, I'll sell that. But if you would give me a couple more weeks, I would have bought it.
Fantasy Sports Today, Fridays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on SportsGrid.
All right, basically all but over, dare I say that, at the Meadowlands, as the Giants with the football have their own 43-yard line, first down, under 7 minutes left after Philadelphia turns the ball over. Giants leading at 34-17. Scott and Gabe, hour number 3, plus we'll take it till the end of the game. Obviously, it's locked. There we go, 16.5 and 54.5. What are we at? 40. We're at 51. So will there be one more touchdown? You would think so, right? But I don't know what kind
probably
of
not.
At this point. Yeah,
not really. There's 5. The deck is stacked against us. They already took Saquon Barkley out of the game. They're going to take Jalen Hurts out of the game after. So we're going to get screwed over on the Jalen Hurts props because they're going to take him out. And if we didn't fumble, we probably would have got it. What did he get up to after that pass play? He got up there. It was a big play to Goddard, actually. It's going to be a big tease.
And they're not going to call any timeouts either, Philadelphia. If they're taking all those guys out, then they're waving a white flag. So now it's just literally, he's got
283.
283. Ugh.
283. One more pass. We would have won the bet. One more freaking pass. Just like that, huh?
Hold on to the freaking ball, Dylan.
Can't make it up. The only thing is Scatterboo runs so hard, and the Eagles don't really seem to care very much, that maybe Scatterboo can pop a big run in. He popped a big one on first down, but now they just sort of stopped them.
But Hurts wouldn't be in the game, right? At that point, if they score a touchdown to make it 41-17,
they're going to take him out. We're going to get screwed on the prop.
Unbelievable. Well, we'll just hold on to the ball.
The only way Hurts comes back in is if they did a pick six here. They got to scoop and score. And suddenly it was 34-24, right? Man, the Eagles have had their opportunities in this game. Right? They've had their opportunities.
Oh, yeah. If the Giants fumbled down 7, we don't want to scoop and score because then it would be Giants ball. And they'd do an onside kick, but, we'd have to. We need a turnover, bring it down to the Giant 30-yard line. We got one last crack at this thing. That's about the
problem is, though, the Eagles have kind of quit, as we see, and the Giants don't need to score anymore. So this is the worst position to be in as a better for props and the over. I hate this spot. Every once in a while, you get these games like this where you're just screwed, right? The Giants don't want to score, so you got to hope there's an accidental touchdown somehow. And the worst part is, too, if they don't score, it's all right, even if it's not Jalen Hurts, get the damn ball back, throw a pick six, maybe something happen. Who knows what could happen? But you know the Giants are just going to bleed this, and if they need 7, they're going to get 8 yards on the first down. That's just the way it works all the time. You never get the ball back when you want it.
Would they kick a field goal? I see 3rd and 5 at the Philadelphia 41.
They'd probably just go for it since they're up by so much.
Yeah. Rather than kick a 59-yard field goal.
Like I said, like they're in. We're damned. Like there were so many bad little sequences for us in the second half here, man. They scored 37 points in the first half, 14 points in the second half. But Philadelphia 2 times, like, we're moving the ball into the red zone and turned it over in the last, 15 minutes type of deal.
Yeah. So it's just like the Dallas game. I mean, not quite as bad because there was no points in the second half there. But, how can it be back and forth?
Now Scadaboo catches a pass. So I had his over 16.5 receiving yards. He's all over the place. This guy's a stud. Like, he's just making plays. He is up to
he's taking over. He's taking over for Danny Dick or for Jimmy Cutlets there, or what's his name? Cutlets dude. The former
was the new cult hero.
Yeah, is the new cult
hero. See, look, there's a sign. Saquon who? We've got Scadaboo. So someone's got a sign in the stands already. See?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Saquon who? We've got Scadaboo.
Yeah. Listen, he's doing a job tonight, boy. I tell you what, fantasy-wise, if you're into that, he's got 88 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, and 2 receptions for 12 yards. He's all over the map.
Just my luck, though. There's a reception. There's a flag on the play, though. So I'm not sure this even counts. It's against the Giants, too.
Yeah, it probably won't then. The box score's got him for 2 for 12.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It does count, but I think he got a penalty for taunting after. Yeah, the dude smoked him, so he sort of said something to him when he got up.
All right.
So 1st and 10, but that screws us, Scott. Even worse for our over.
Yeah.
We just got sent back 15 yards after a first down. You can't make that up. I told you. Like, we're just walking into a doom sequence. It's like a horror movie here right now. We're about to get chopped.
By the way, I told you this, right? With the goofy Cubs, 3 runs in the first inning, nothing else since. 3-0.
Unbelievable.
Bottom of the 6th. It's amazing. They got all their runs.
They're leaving the door open for Milwaukee.
They are. Brewers have had a couple guys on. They combined though for 7 hits.
They've only got 3 hits, Milwaukee. Exactly. You know what's crazy though? Peralta did go over his 5.5 strikeout prop, right? So he gave up the 3 runs, but he still got the strikeouts.
Yeah. Boys walked 3. That's what I mean. Every time I checked, they had runners on base. So between the hits and then the 3 walks, I mean, they've had their opportunities, Milwaukee, but we're looking at a game 7, perhaps. Bottom of the 6th inning. Happ a 3-run homer in the first. That was it. Since then, Cubs have had 1 hit.
Man, and we're just in this torture zone. Giants are bleeding the clock.
It's not like I've given up. I've given up.
Eagles have no interest.
Yeah, it would take something crazy, or just a fumble, something stupid like that.
This division, though, suddenly is no slam dunk the way the Philadelphia Eagles are playing.
Dallas, it leaves the door for Dallas. Washington.
So if you look at their schedule, Eagles go to Minnesota after this. So they're at the Minnesota Vikings. So the Carson Wentz Bowl. Carson Wentz versus the Eagles. Yeah. Then they host the Giants. Then they go to the Packers. Then they get the Lions in Philadelphia. Eagles at Cowboys. Bears at Eagles. Eagles at Chargers. Yeah, so the schedule is not full of cupcakes. They play the Bills later in Buffalo still. They still have to go to Washington. 2 of their last 3 games of the year. Eagles at Washington, Eagles at Bills, Commanders at Eagles. That's a tough last 3-week swing there.
Yeah. I'm at a position with them where I can't say, okay, they should win this, they should win that. If you lose to the Giants, albeit on the road, and the way they're playing,
not just losing. They got slapped around tonight. This is a pretty gutless performance, especially coming off a loss. That's what surprised me. Guys, you just lost. You haven't really looked good. Easy game, division rival, and you're just completely flat. You showed nothing tonight. They didn't seem to care. They didn't tackle right from the first play of the game. when Wendell Robinson the guys just bounced right off him. It was all night.
Right.
Offense,
Right.
defense, they just didn't care on both sides of the ball. No passion. Even their tush push didn't work, like you said. Took them 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times. 4 times. When's the last time that's happened? I mean, 2 is crazy. Tulane game just ended. Let's see who won. Tulane, 26-19. They cover the spread. 6.5
They
point favorite.
escape.
They win by 7. Wow.
Wild. And we're hoping to see if Jacksonville State can pull out some late magic here. They're up by 5 right now with 3:30 left as 7-point favorites.
Ooh. Pick 6. Sam Houston going for it in their own territory, maybe.
Oh, I see Sam Houston have the ball now on their own 40, but it's 2nd and 23. So, yeah, there's only 3 minutes left, though, actually. So this could be one of those win by 5 but don't cover.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Georgia Southern down 17, but driving, helping by 13.5-point tees. More coming up in Game Live.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
At this event, people from Amazon and Alexa made it very clear that in addition to sports highlight coming up, you will be able to perhaps buy sports tickets to events, buy movie tickets, arrange fantasy football teams, and I think somewhere down the road, maybe not too far down the road, given the NBA on Prime deal, they will allow sports betting on the television set through Alexa Plus.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
What worries me, for the future, for the rest of this season for the 49ers is Christian McCaffrey, because all these other guys are out. This guy is getting more workload than anybody else in the NFL. The catches, the carries, the blocking, the chip blocks, the protection. He is just being worked over, and I don't think that is, real good for the 49ers.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
We're getting a lot of optimism here, which I don't know about. This isn't a 21-year-old football player, a devastating knee injury that basically blew, the kneecap and also multiple ligaments. And I was like, surgery, awesome, be back for next year. He might be back for next year, but the Tyreek Hill we're used to, Joe, electric on the field where nobody can catch him. People are going to be catching him now, Joe.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
60,000 drunk New Yorkers who were there from 5 in the morning to 7 p.m., who dropped a house mortgage on a ticket to watch the United States team miss every putt that they can possibly miss, and you think someone's not going to get pissed off and curse people out? Wah! The golf fan wasn't civil. Wah!
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. So a couple of more knees, and that'll be that. 2-minute warning, 34-17. I don't think Philadelphia's going to be calling any timeouts here. They only have 1 left, so that's going to, bar something crazy. That's going to be your final score. Looking back at the original plays that we put in, I had the Giants plus the 7.5 game. We hit that. I had the over 40.5 total. I messed out on Devontae Smith. He ended up with 49 yards, but the number I had was 50.5. 2 more stinking yards. I can't believe it. Tyrone Tracy, that didn't come close. I think he had like 4 yards. I had over 23.5. Barkley receiving 16.5. Did he get there? He did not. Nope. So we missed out on that one. I did have I hit the one rushing touchdown, one passing touchdown for each team at plus 230. That's not bad. And then I lost the two rushing touchdowns, two passing touchdowns at 55. We'll just having a little fun on that. And then the Philadelphia winning 27-21. So went 2-2, 3-2, about even. When you add it all up, considering I hit the plus 230, my props were about even if you played everything at the same amount. How'd you do?
Southern Miss up 17 right now, and Georgia Southern got stopped. So Southern Miss, I need another touchdown to this, and I'm worried about this one, the way things are going. I've got an Elias Pettersson prop tonight with the Vancouver Canucks. He just got boarded and injured and knocked out of the hockey game. It's like there's like a flurry of just bad beats, bad luck. I had Wendell Robinson over 84.5 yards. We took it at the half. He finishes with 84. So just one of those. So I'm really hoping, I need one more touchdown in the Southern Miss Georgia Southern game. We are on Southern Miss, so that's good. That's good, but man, we need one more touchdown in that game. There's still like 7 minutes left, and Sam Houston State down 5. They're having a hard time picking up first downs, and the clock is ticking away here. And I don't think it looks like Jacksonville State are going to win by 5, and Cubs are now up 4-0 right now.
What we really could have used is Sam Houston State scoring a touchdown, going for 2, which they would have done because they would have been up 1, and then Jacksonville State tying it and then going overtime. But that's a lot. With a minute 53 left, that's not happening, unfortunately.
Oh, they just picked up a big play, actually. So there's a minute left. They're on the 19-yard line suddenly of Sam Houston State, which doesn't really bother me at this point. If they're not going to cover, what do I care about Sam Houston State and Jacksonville State at this point? But, I would like another touchdown in this Southern Miss Georgia Southern game.
Yeah. We got some time with that one left. I see Colorado scored, breaking a 1-1 tie with Utah. First game.
Oh, I think Southern Miss just turned it over, actually, too.
Ooh.
So Georgia Southern have the ball now suddenly to Southern Miss 26. So they're down 17. They could potentially kick a field goal to make it 14. Let's hope they're not thinking that way.
Yeah.
Let's get the touchdown.
Yeah. San Jose Vegas still tied at 1. Seattle and Anaheim still tied at 1. Early second period. And Vancouver 1-0 over Calgary. But Colorado did score early third, so now leading Utah 2-1. We got them in regulation with 15.5 minutes left. Minus 530. Yikes. You're going to pay a premium all year long for Colorado. Did so last year. You're going to have to do it again. That is for sure. No hockey tomorrow. I don't quite get that, Gabe. I mean, are they really afraid of baseball? I mean, you got to have a couple of games. I know Saturday night's the NHL, night, but
the NHL does this often, where there'll be one night where there's no games. The NHL doesn't play 3D chess. They're not worried about other schedules, or if they're worried about schedules, they wouldn't start their season at 2:00 Pacific or 5:00 Eastern on a Tuesday afternoon, head-to-head with the playoffs, Scott, right? So suddenly they're worried about the baseball playoffs when they dropped the puck, right?
So why would they have any games tomorrow?
Because Saturday's a full slate. Saturday's a full slate. That's their big day. And they'll say, everybody's going to get back on track after the Saturday type of deal.
All right, so
why do they have teams playing back-to-back games already?
Yeah. How's that fair, right?
All right, so go for 2. You hope we go for 2. They get 29-26, and then we get a miracle field goal.
52 seconds left. Figure 45 or so after the kickoff. Get into field goal range. You tie it at 29, and you win in overtime.
Georgia Southern scores a touchdown and cuts the lead to 10.
Nice.
38-28, 5:30 left.
Oh, just end it there. That's it. Get 13.5 with the tees. That would be a perfect thing.
They might go for an onside kick here to torture you. You never know. It's like college, 5.5, 6 minutes left. They might just say, we might go for an onside kick here.
I bet they do. Oh, bro, that would really stink. Over under on that is 72.5.
But the game goes 59? Over. Yeah, it was 59.5, the closing number. And we cashed that. We gave that on the opening pickoff, along with Southern Miss. But we lose the Eagles bet, and we lose the looks like we're gonna lose the Jacksonville State bet.
Yeah. Took Georgia Southern a little while to get going. So The game will be already underway. Who do you like, South Florida and North Texas? I think you said South Florida earlier, but I like them as well. You're getting 1.5, but it's basically pick them. Minus 108 on each side.
I don't want to
take the 1.5 and minus 114 with South Florida.
I don't want to sleep on North Texas, and it is one of these ranked games, too, ranked teams going on the road. But at least the ranked teams are not underdogs. But North Texas, really good offensive football team. They put points up on the board, but I think the difference is South Florida's defense will come up with just enough stops along the way. But look, the total 66.5. So the odds makers are telling us all we need to know, that it's going to be a track meet there. And then tomorrow at 9:00 Eastern, we'll have time for. But Rutgers at Washington, as we talked about, Scott, teams from the East Coast. This is the most extreme one of them all.
Yeah.
Right. You're going from New Jersey to Seattle. Like, there's not a further trip in the Big Ten in this one.
Yeah. So I forgot about that. A little Rutgers, kind of moment of truth for RU tomorrow. So that should be a lot of fun. But that's tough. And we got Fresno State and Colorado State too. That Colorado State team, I thought they were going to be better. Fresno State's 5-1, so it'll be something to bet on. So we'll have,
Fresno, they only lost that first game of the year. That's it. Since that, Fresno, and everyone just dismissed them. Oh, Fresno were no good, this and that. Remember, they played Kansas. Been pretty impressive, Fresno.
Yeah, we really have.
Kurt Warner's son.
Giants win. Yes. Giants win 34-17. Hopefully you didn't have Philadelphia Survivor pools. Yeah, amazing. Back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night, folks.
At this event, people from Amazon and Alexa made it very clear that in addition to Sports Highlight coming up, you will be able to perhaps buy sports tickets to events, buy movie tickets, arrange fantasy football teams, and I think somewhere down the road, maybe not too far down the road, given the NBA on Prime deal, they will allow sports betting on the television set through Alexa Plus.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.